Hi, I'm Dr. Lester, and I am the principal at Franklin Middle School. And it's hard to believe that in a few short days, our Vipers will be back to it. The 2021 school year is about ready to launch. And we know that some of you have questions and concerns. And so I'm hoping by doing this video, it sort of outlines some of the information that we need to share with you. Um, as lots of information has been sent out from the district office and from our school as well via email or the automated messages. So let's just get started. First and foremost, we're excited to have your student back to school. We miss them. And our goal is to make sure that they receive a high quality education here with us in the safest environment that we can ensure. So please know that those are the two top priorities that we have been looking at every single day because you guys matter and our staff matters, our students matter. Parents, if you have not completed the online registration for your student, it doesn't impact their ability to attend school next week. It just helps us update the information in our computer system so that we have the latest and the greatest in being able to reach you. And some of the information that it does ask you about helps with some of the programs that we're able to offer. So if you're struggling with being able to complete the registration, don't know really where that's at, just call our school at 348 3200, and one of our secretaries would be more than happy to help you. We have some must-haves for school supplies. If you've gone to our website, you would have seen there's a whole list of things that we're asking the students to bring. We have some things that are our top priorities as it aligns with safety here at the school. Students must bring a backpack every day, and we're asking that you please do not use a buy or purchase or bring a drawstring bag. They're just too small for kids. And students are going to be asked to put all of their school supplies in them, and many of those supplies that we'll be providing here at school, and their computer and their charger, in addition to their water bottle. So we don't have lockers here. And prior to previous school years, students were just able to leave some of their school supplies here at school and access them the next time they were here. That is no longer an option as the safety protocols don't allow for that. So students will be taking their things to and from school in their backpack. We also need to have them bring a reusable water bottle. It can be fancy or it can be simple, it doesn't matter. Our water fountains will be turned off at the spigot. They're still allowed to fill up their water bottles at our water bottle stations. They just will be able to drink directly from the spigot on our water fountains. So it's important for them to stay hydrated, that they bring a water bottle that's full every day. Um, they will have time throughout the day if they drink their water, their water that they brought from home. We'll have time for them to be able to go and to the refilling station and get more. So that's really important. The next thing is that we need to make sure that our Vipers all have headphones. We are an online summit curriculum, and there's a lot of video workshops that students will be watching, as teachers aren't going to be able to pull them into small groups like we used to. So it's critical that they have their own headphones. We cannot loan them headphones, and they cannot borrow headphones from their neighbor. So please make sure that they come to school with headphones. Obviously, you know that we have a Viper uniform, so we're asking you to access our school webpage to get the details of that uniform. Or if you have questions, just please call the school. And the final must-have item is that we're asking that your students please bring a box of Kleenex. If you're able to manage it and provide those items, and you go to our website and see some of the additional items that we're requesting, and you're able to do that at this time, we would truly appreciate any school supply donations that you can make. The next item here is in the coming days, your students will be getting some Avid school supplies in addition to their Chromebook and their charger. And that's what they'll be taking home and bringing back to school every day. When they take their Chromebook home, it's important that they charge that overnight. There's minimal movement in the classroom, and so it helps us help your student if they come to school with a fully charged battery in their Chromebook. And that Chromebook needs to come back to school every day, and so does the charger. So information in attending Franklin for that in-person learning, I'm sure you've received information on this, but we are having a staggered start to school beginning August 17th. And it'll go through August 19th. As we learn to roll out our safety precautions and we walk students through all of our safety measures, and protocols. We want to make sure that we have smaller numbers so that we can give the attention um, that's needed to each individual student to make sure that they master what we're asking them to do as far as safety measures. So on Monday, August 7th, students will, with the last names A through G, will come to school at 8 and be on campus and in their classrooms by 8:20. On Tuesday, August 18th, last names that begin with H through O, and Wednesdays, August 19th, the last names that begin with P through Z. Starting August 20th, all kids will be with us. So we would appreciate it if you could make sure that you make the necessary adjustments so that your student comes on those days, on the days that are designated to them. Our bell schedule for this year is a little bit different, but the most important thing that it's going to require is that students stay physically distant and that they wear masks at all times. And so we're asking that students wear a mask that looks similar to this and that it has at least 2 layers. 3 layers are preferred, but 2 layers are also okay. And we don't want them to wear any of those gator scarves. Okay, those are considered a single layer and they don't protect them from um, uh, spreading germs. And so it's really important that we follow that mask rule. So if your student hasn't really had a mask on over the course of the summer, it would be really great exercise right now to begin just having them practice having their masks on for large amounts of time throughout the day. It does take a little bit of getting used to, as many of you know. At the end of the day, students will be released also on a staggered release schedule. It's really important that our kids don't congregate outside after the bell rings. And so at the 3:45 mark, all of those students who are being picked up by their parents or who are walking home from school, you will be released. Again, at 3:45, the walkers and the parent pickups or guardian pickups will be released at 3:45. You will need to leave campus immediately. Um, and it is important that you keep your mask on at all times until you're off campus. Bus riders will be dismissed as buses arrive on campus. So our school buses have numbers. Your number, your student's number will be called over the PA, and those students will then be released. And then at the very end, those students that are riding the city bus will also be released. It's important that all students be off campus at 4 p.m. at the latest. So make sure if you're still working on trying to determine how your student is going to get to and from school, if that gives you any additional guidelines, that's great. So we have a lot of safety measures in play here, and your student will learn all of those when they arrive to school, beginning on whatever staggered day. And it's critical that your student bring a mask every single day to school. And the second they step on or drive onto campus, they must have their mask on. The only time that they are allowed to take their mask off, and it needs to be above their nose, is when an adult in the building is doing a mask break or we're doing breakfast in the classroom or lunchtime. And there'll be some structured protocols around that as well. So if you have any questions about the in-person learning, please call the school and we'll give you as much information as we possibly can and answer all of your questions. We also know that some of you in our Viper family have chosen to do the online learning, and you will be receiving additional information from the district. So we're not going to interfere with that because then it becomes confusing for you. So just know that if you've chosen the online learning as opposed to the in-person learning, that runs semester to semester. So we won't be allowing students that chose online in-person learn to as opposed to the in-person learning. The online learners cannot come back until after January, and that has to do with the start of second semester and how we are doing the cohort safety precautions here in our building. Again, if you have questions, please call the school. We are looking forward to working with you, to working with your student, and here's to a really great start to the 2021 school year. See you soon, Vipers.